Brad Marchand in the last couple of years, well, last 2 years, I guess would say, has certainly taken a step back in terms of his offensive capabilities. I mean, now, not that he's, turned into a bottom six player or anything. He's still a very talented player, and he can still make big, big plays. But one thing that I've been keeping an eye on is Brad Marchand's potential contract with the Boston Bruins. Now, he apparently, again, Elliot Friedman, who, by the way, is a very, very, very good insider, talked about the fact that the Boston Bruins and Brad Marchand were talking about a new contract at Brad Marchand's camp. Now, after the Leaf game, and by the way, I'm pretty sure he scored the game winner, which is annoying, as usual, he said that is actually not true. Now, I am very interested to see what is true about this, because Elliot Friedman is generally a very, very good insider. So I think Elliot Friedman is telling the truth, but I'm really interested to see in exactly what this contract is going to be. The last 2 seasons, he has finished with exactly 67 points. So what is a player like that worth? And exactly what are you willing to pay a player that is 36 years old, and what kind of contract are you willing to figure out? Because this is a player that's probably, what is he going to be, one of the older players in the NHL, probably playing until he's 40 or something like that? It's hard not to imagine a player taking a bit of a step back as he starts to age. He has already taken a step back, but into a bottom six type player. This is where, when it comes, let's just talk about the Leafs for a second. When it comes to the Leafs, I'm very worried about them giving a long-term contract to John Tavares. And if I was a Boston Bruins fan, I'd be really worried about them giving him too many years, in my opinion. He's already 36, but he is proving that he can still produce. He can still put up top six numbers. He always buries the Leafs with a big goal. So, those are positive things. For the Boston Bruins to be successful, they really, really, really need Brad Marchand to be good, right? They have David Pastrnak, who is always, in his prime, he's going to be good. And by the way, what an unbelievable draft pick by the Boston Bruins getting David Pastrnak. He's so good. And then they got some other decent guys, but there's not really much on that team other than Swayman is really, really good. Charlie McAvoy is really, really good. And then they have David Pastrnak and then Brad Marchand. It's not necessarily the deepest team, but for whatever reason, they're just coached very, very well. And I think they play generally very good team defense, other than the other night against the Leafs. They made some really glaring errors. But yes, I don't know what the hell they're going to give this guy. I don't know. He's just kind of a little old, and then what kind of contract is he going to get? This one would worry me if I was a Bruins fan, I think. It is pretty wild too, because even if you look at the contract that he's on right now, is $6.125 million. Whew. That's a great contract, man. There's no doubt about that. That's an excellent, excellent, excellent contract. Even if you scored 60, 70 points at that contract, you're still getting good value. That's about, players are just getting paid more and more and more. So, is he going to stay at that level? Are the Boston Bruins going to try to get him closer in the 5 millions? If they give him a longer term contract, would they be willing to do that? The thing is the Boston Bruins simply do not have any way to replace his offense in-house, I think. Now, you could make the argument if they go to UFA, they could pick up a player that is really good off of UFA. Maybe there's a player that sneaks through that, can you imagine the Bruins can get a Rantanen or something crazy, or a really, really, really good player in UFA? But it's very rare that players like that ever go to unrestricted free agency anyway. Teams just don't let their players go to UFA. It is what it is, right? But the Bruins have been off to a bit of a struggling start, same with the Leafs, to be honest. And I'm wondering if that affects the contract negotiations at all. If they keep on struggling, will they kind of think it through? It's the same thing with the Maple Leafs, where apparently they are talking contract extensions with almost every player. And I'm like, dude, you don't even know if this core can ever even win anything. They've never won anything. So maybe it might be smart to maybe just wait. I don't know. I think, although at least the Boston Bruins have actually won a series last year, right? And they have a really, really, really good goalie, which is I think you should never count a team with an elite goalie like that. You should never count a team out that has like a top goalie. And then, look, we can all look forward to Brad Marchand sniping huge goals. Like, I remember that one goal in the playoffs last year where I was like, oh, Brad Marchand, this guy's washed. He ain't doing nothing. He's washed. And then he just skates down the ice and just wires one top. Jeez, I was like, man, give me a break, dude. Give me a break. Anyways, I just wanted to touch on these denying of rumor. I think that he is absolutely going to sign soon. I trust Elliotte Friedman always, dude. Elliotte Friedman is the best insider ever. But anyways, I'm going to leave the video there. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, I would appreciate it. If you could tell me why I'm wrong and tell me why I'm right as well. All right, and have a great day. Good night, guys.